So a lot of times when you have with the little kids, they're far away and they're like, I can't close my guard. I can't close my guard. And they get frustrated because Dylan doesn't know that he should be moving forward, but he doesn't know that. He's like, well, you told me to get on my knees, so I'm on my knees. And I'm like, here. And then let's teach the kids, but this is for the 7 and 12-year-olds. The little kids can't do triangle choke, so we're going to have to find something else, right? But it's okay. So you teach the kids to, hey, sit up, take charge. No, you don't have to come to me. Yeah, stay there. Take charge, grab the lapel, grab the sleeve, and pull him into your closed guard, right? And now 7-year-old Dylan knows to have his hands in my stomach because that's what we've been doing, right? So, yeah, so he knows to have this position. All right, so one of the best ways to teach this is, since we just finished this series, is Dylan is going to want to put one knee in my bottom, right? Yeah, exactly, to pass the guard. And then he's going to want to put his hand here. And this happens a lot. So he puts his hand here naturally because he's going to push my knee down. So we're going to teach the kids. All right, guys, grab the wrist, all right? And he still has his hand on my stomach. Yeah, grab the wrist. And as you grab the wrist, what you want to do is grab the collar so you can control it. I'm going to grab the wrist, and I'm going to shove it between my legs. As I shove it between my legs, one of the most important things is to throw my leg over. And here's a mistake they make. They don't put this foot on the hip. And I have to put that foot on the hip. So a lot of times they'll start here, and you'll have to drill this over and over and over with them. Guys, the foot doesn't go on the ground. The foot goes on the hip. At the same time, you don't want to have saggy bottom. This is what I call saggy bottom, in which I'm just sitting here letting him have this position. All right, what I need to do is lift my hips up. I'm going to lift my hips up, and however it is that we want to communicate this. As I lift my hips up, the very first thing that I want to do is transfer his elbow to that pocket. So his elbow was on this pocket. In this pocket, I had money, and I'm going to transfer his elbow to the other pocket and immediately pull him to me and grab my shin. Always grab the shin. If you don't grab the shin, you can cross your feet. Either one is good because I have to break his posture. And then the big thing here is there's a door of opportunity for him to escape until I don't break his posture. So there's a door of opportunity right now because my hand doesn't grab his shin and my foot is not crossed. So this is an opportunity to escape. And if I'm not quick with it, I will escape. So when I pull him in, I grab nice and tight, grab my shin. My foot is on the hip, and I do a little bit of a clock, just a little bit. And they struggle with this because they get to their side. They do a whole bunch of different stuff. The one thing that they struggle with is they don't do this clock motion. And we need to teach them that you choke knee to shoulder and foot to shoulder. And a lot of times they'll choke like this. They'll try to choke like that. And in reality, what you're doing is you're choking his back. You're not choking his neck, all right? And sometimes they'll reach up and they'll grab and they're like, oh, but it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And a little bit of that flexibility, but a little bit is that the pain is okay. The pain from pulling your shin in is okay. And then you cross, all right? Once you get to this position, the standard is I pull his head down, I pinch my knees, and I lift my hips. So guys, 3 things that you have to do. Pull the head down. And sometimes they pull the head down too hard. And you got to make sure they don't do that because you could hurt somebody's neck. And in some tournaments, they don't let you pull the head down anymore. And the head is really not that important. And we need to teach the kids that the head is not that important. It's more about breaking his posture as opposed to like breaking his neck, you know. And the other big thing is lifting your hips up. But it's not as big as the third thing. By far, I need to line my knees up. And they don't understand that. And you could use the analogy of, oh, pinch your knees like you got to go pee. But it's really lining your knees up that puts him to sleep.